guys, it's Trish. I just wanted to hop on here because I just made a piece on a video, and I decided to add a Sari silk tassel after the fact. So I did want to come on here and do a tutorial on how to make a Sari silk tassel, and you can do this with ribbon, just from Sari silk, cording, anything. So let's see, I'm gonna measure this. This is about 30 inches. And you probably don't even need this much, but that just happens to be the piece that I had. That's what it is. So basically what you start by doing is deciding how long do I want my tassel to be. So I'm gonna keep mine about that long. That's about 4 inches. Now remember, you're gonna lose part of this by the wire wrapping. So if I'm doing 4 inches, my tassel is probably gonna be 3 inches, okay? So basically, then all you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half, hold it at the top, and then do the same thing. You're going to bring this loop up around, you're going to fold it in the bottom, so you're getting about even lengths on the bottom, and you still have your loop there, but we're just going to keep making loops, see, until we get about the size of round that we want, the thickness that we want. So I'm going to make a loop at the top and go around and make a loop at the bottom. And you can see how I have all those loops on both sides. This is the easiest way to do it, I think, anyway. So you don't have to cut all the little pieces, and it's easier to wire wrap. So then I'm going to take about a 12-inch piece of wire. This is just bead along German wire in 22 gauge. And I'm just gonna lay it across the Sari silk about 1/2 inch from the top, and I'm gonna leave a tail there. You can see I'm leaving a tail. And I'm going to wrap a loop around that Sari silk. Okay, and you can kind of see it's loose on there right now. So what I like to do then, I'll take my fingers and I'll press down on the one that I left the tail on and kind of get a good grip on that. So then, and make sure you leave enough end out, because it's going to be miserable to wrap if you don't leave a little bit of a 1/2 inch there. And see, it slid because I didn't have it tight enough just yet. So I'm pushing with my back finger to tighten up that first one, and I'm pushing down with my other hand just tightly. I'm pulling tight, I'm wrapping, pulling tight and wrapping. This is how you're going to get it to stay for you. Okay, you got to make sure it's nice and snug. Now look guys, you can see here the bottom wrap is loose. And that's because, like I said, I didn't have a good enough grip on it, which isn't a big deal. The rest of the wraps are good. But what I'm going to do here, and this is kind of shows you, I can take my chain nose pliers and just pull on that a little bit and snug it. Okay, see how it snugged it? And then I can take it around at the bottom a few times if I want to, just for some insurance. Okay, so there we go. We have our wraps around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim the piece that was left, the tail that we left first. And I'm going to press that down. I'm going to push that end in so it doesn't hurt anyone, you know. Then I'm going to take a pair of scissors, and right above where we wire wrapped, I'm going to cut that Sari silk off. Okay? Just kind of, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, that gives you the idea. I got a haircut. And you have this wire left here. So what I usually do is I take this wire, now it's running horizontally, and I want to make it vertical. So I'm just going to take my tweezer pliers in the back, pointing inward. Okay. I'm just going to grab onto the wire, and I'm going to give it a little twist. And now it's vertical. And that's how I want it. So why I want it vertical is so I can slide on a bead cone. You don't have to use a bead cone. You can just wire wrap the top and leave it at that. That's fine. But sometimes I like to put on a bead cone, so I thought I'd show you. So you just slide on your bead cone, and you can see it covers all that up. So if you did any messy wrapping or anything like that, that'll cover it up for you. So then it's as simple as making a wrap loop on top of your bead cone. you're going to grab at the top here, and I'm pushing that down because I want that to be snug against my wire work that I did, okay? And I'm taking my chain nose or tweezer pliers and bending into an L shape, just a regular wrap loop. I'm putting in my round nose and up and over. Change the position of your round nose pliers and bring that across. So now you have a loop, okay? And then you're gonna grab the loop with your chain nose pliers, and you can see there's space there, but we're gonna wrap down on that to get that snug. Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap it just like I normally would do a wrap loop, just going down, see? And this one has a larger hole in it, so I may just wrap back up a few times, just kind of thicken it up at the bottom so it doesn't slide in and out. There's lots of things you can do, but you can see I'm just kind of making that base wider on the wire so it doesn't slip down through the hole in the bead cone, okay? Now you can just leave it at that. You can wrap it down around your bead cone, then back up, however you want to do it, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm just going to trim the back. Press that end down. My poor dogs are barking. They need to go outside, so if you hear that, they're going in just a minute. Okay, so there you go. There's your tassel. And then now you're going to want to just even up the ends and cut those loops. You can either just do one cut across, or you can go in and cut each individual loop, and then you can kind of spread that out how you want to. If it's sari silk, you can kind of rough it up if you like the strings hanging. But that's the gist, guys. That's how you make a tassel out of any kind of material. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.